Hey, how's it going tonight, everybody? Just wanted to hop on, do a quick video, talk to you guys again. Sorry, it's a little bit different angle tonight. I'm actually hanging out at my wife's parents' house, and I didn't really plan this out somewhere to really do a video. I just wanted to reach back out, do something with you guys tonight, because that's really what my commitment is, to be able to talk to you guys every night, give you some sort of tool, some sort of motivation, inspiration, whatever you want to call it, to be able to go out there and achieve your dreams. So I do apologize about the angle right now. You guys better look up to me, I guess. But anyways, as you can see from the title, tonight, talking about the power of making the decision. And some of you guys might be thinking, well, what's the decision? What all does that entail? Like, what does that mean? And really and truly, it just comes down to your individual goals, what your dreams and your vision is for yourself. I know going over these last few videos, I've kind of been talking to everybody saying, hey, you got to be able to have your vision. You got to be able to have your goal. I can't tell you what that goal or what that vision is, but it's something that you need to find out for yourself. Once you understand what your goal and what your vision is, though, that's whenever you can turn on the jets. You can make a decision that is going to take you from point A to point B. And it is amazing to see what happens when you make that decision, when you make that commitment and that dedication, saying, hey, you know what? I'm going all the way. There is nothing about it. I'm not stopping short. I'm not letting anything get in my way. I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care if it's my family. I don't care if it's my friends, if it's my coach from high school. I don't care who it is. But you just say, I'm going to do it. I'll figure it out. Okay? Anthony Robbins, everybody knows Tony Robbins. He says, it's in the moments of your decision that your destiny is shaped. And that is absolutely true. I don't know if you guys have ever been anywhere in your life where you've been trying to achieve something or you're wanting to go somewhere, but nothing happens until you make a decision. Okay, if you want to go on vacation, if you want to go travel to Las Vegas, you want to go travel to Hawaii, you want to go to Disney World, wherever you want to go visit the streets of New York, you don't go until you make that decision. You're not buying plane tickets until you make that decision. It's not until you make the decision that you start being committed to the actions necessary to be able to go on that trip. You need to think of your dream and your journey, your vision, what you want to accomplish in life. That needs to be treated as a trip, as something big that you're moving forward with, because until you make the decision that you will go after it and you will succeed no matter what, you're just not going to do it. And I don't mean to be mean to you guys. Some of you might be sitting there, do I have to decide? Do I really have to say this is my thing? Because I like to be flexible. I like to kind of go with the flow, I like going to trainings. I like going to seminars. I like showing up to church. I like showing up to the family get-togethers. Fill in the blank, whatever it is, whatever your goal. I like going to the PTA meetings, but never raising my opinion. I like being there with my kids in the afternoon, but not really trying to make too big of a stand or push for anything. I just like being there. I like going with the flow. That will cause you to fail every single time. There is nothing in life that you can accomplish by going with the flow. Right? I guess, you could be that go-to guy that everybody's like, hey, it's John. He's the go with the flow guy. Well, don't join John for anything. Don't follow him anywhere, because if push comes to shove, John's not gonna push past anything hard. Oh, hey, we gotta put together a team. Maybe it's work. They're like, we gotta put together a team of go-getters. We gotta put together a team of people that we can, give them a pay raise, because we know they're gonna go out and they're gonna accomplish something big that the company needs. Maybe it's a friend that's going into business and they say, I need a business partner. If you're a go with the flow type of person, probably not thinking about coming to you. If there's another parent thinking, you know what, I need to find out how to go about raising my kids the right way. If you're just the go with the flow type of parent, they're probably not going to come to you and ask for advice, because they're going to know, well, it doesn't really matter. They don't really have an opinion. They go with whatever's in front of them. You can't let yourself be that person, okay? I know for me, for one, I'm not that. Not in a million years. It is go time. I make a decision and I say, hey, this is my goal. This is where I'm going to be. and I'm just on a beeline straight for it. There's nothing gonna get in my way. Sometimes that can kind of get me in, I don't want to say trouble, but I can stay focused on something too hard, too long. It's good to have balance, guys. I don't mean that if your goal is to hit $100,000 in an income, that nothing else matters, that you never see family, that you never go hang out with friends, that you don't do anything. That's totally not what I'm saying. But you need to make the decision that no matter what, no matter how long it takes, no matter what improvement you need to make, no matter what failures you need to go through, you're going to make it. Because so many go through our lives and go through our careers not realizing how much we're missing, not realizing the potential that we're just letting slip out from under us by not making a decision, by not saying, this is what I'm going for, this is my thing, okay? Whatever that thing, whatever that dream or vision is for you, okay? Stephen Covey, if you don't know who Stephen Covey is, research him, find out, listen to, any recordings you can find out, read his books, whatever you can get your hands on. Stephen Covey, I put him up there with, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn. The guy is a genius when it comes to self-development, when it comes to leadership, when it comes to just being a better person in general, and that applies in all aspects of your life. But he says, I'm not a product of circumstances, I'm a product of my decisions. And that's where you are right now. At this point in your life, no matter where you are at, whether you want to be here or not, you're here because of the decisions you've made in your past. You can accept that. You can say, well, I guess this is where I'm at. That's where I'm always going to be. And, I'm just going to hang out. I'm just going to kind of sit here and see what else life brings to me. Or you can say, I don't like this. I don't like where I'm at. I'm going to change it. I'm going to start making different decisions. I'm going to start making the decision to go for my success, to go for my goals, and to become more than I've ever become, to stretch outside my comfort zone and to be able to take that leap of faith onto something greater. That's what we're all meant to do. We're all meant to grow and become so much more. You can't go through life just being stagnant. You're either growing or you're regressing. And I hope from the deepest parts of my heart that none of you are regressing. I really hope that you're not, because if anybody around you is, it's our job to try to lift them up. Now, not everybody lets you help them, but it's our job to try to say, hey, I've been where you're at. I know how you feel. Let me help you. Maybe you haven't been where they're at. Maybe you don't know how they feel. Sit down and try to relate with them. Sit down and try to talk to them. Find out, hey, what can I help you out? It's our decision to be an impact on other people, to be able to help other people feel loved and appreciated and understood. A common theme that I've always mentioned to you is that we all have something within us that it's not there because of us. It was there, it's from a higher calling. Whatever that higher calling is to you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't come from you, but you've got a dream, you've got a potential, a seed of greatness, if you will, that's placed within you. It's placed within your heart, within your soul, within your mind, and you can accomplish so much more than where you're at. And I can say this to the person who is just starting out in their level of accomplishments, to the person who thinks they've peaked. If you think you've peaked, if you've still got another day of living, then you haven't peaked. You haven't come anywhere near to peaking. If you have another day of life, you can double any impact that you've made thus far. It doesn't matter what it is that you've done in the past. You've got to keep moving forward, keep impacting more, keep helping more, keep reaching out more, whatever that is for you. And I can guarantee you that without a decision, you're not going to reach the level of success that you want. You won't be able to go out there and accomplish your dreams. You won't be able to go out there and overcome any obstacles that come to you, because you're going to be sitting there and the first obstacle comes along, first speed bump, okay? Imagine driving in a car and in your mind you're like, well, I'll just go with the flow. first speed bump that comes along, you're like, you know what? Probably not the right path for me to be going down because there's a bump in the road. I can't go through bumps. Bumps aren't me. You know what? Driving thing's not for me. You're going to turn the car off, hop out, you're going to start walking. You know? And you're going to be sitting there, oh, hey, look, there's a nice stream. You climb in the stream, and you start wading down because it's really hot. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to walk in the stream way better. As soon as you start going, all of a sudden the water starts picking up a little, getting a little rough. You're like, whoa. Okay, this isn't my thing either. You're going to hop out. You're going to be wishy-washy all the time, never making any progress because you're just going to go with the flow. Once you make that decision, you're going to rewind back to the car. You're going to be in that car. You're going to be driving, pedal to the metal, flying down the road. All of a sudden, you're going to see that speed bump. You're going 90 miles an hour. You're like, guess what? I don't care because no matter what happens, I'm making it down to the end of this path. You go, all of a sudden, you hit that speed bump. And you realize, wow, like I didn't even feel that. It wasn't even there. Wow, what was I worried about? That was nothing. And you gain confidence. All of a sudden you push it, you're going 100 miles an hour now. And every single time you hit a bump in the road, yeah, okay, maybe down the road a little ways, you hit a bump and all of a sudden you're like, oh man, my car, something's rattling to it. Pull over the side, you fix it real fast, you hop back on, you keep going though, because you made that decision to say that nothing is getting in your way. And I can guarantee you, if you make that decision, you'll make it there. Jim Rohn said, you do it until. Okay, I love that phrase. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that so many times. Do it until. Because it doesn't matter whatever your goal is. If you do it until you succeed, until you become better, until you accomplish what others said that you couldn't accomplish, you'll be there. You'll be at the top. You'll be part of the group that everybody looks up to, that everybody says, wow, I wish I could be like you. And you'll be there if you can make that decision. Okay? You have to make the decision. Think about what life would be like after you make a decision. Think about what life would, you might be sitting there and thinking, well, everything's been so hard up to this point. It's, I start down the path and like the car analogy, all of a sudden I see these speed bumps. But I see like 100 speed bumps. I see them all. And you're sitting there like, 100 speed bumps. I can't do 100 speed bumps. I don't know. I just can't do this. I'm not cut out for this. And when you're thinking there in your life, you're thinking, man, like I feel like it's in there, but I can't make the decision. It's too risky. I've got a family to worry about. I've got people telling me that nobody's ever done it before, so why should I be able to do it? And you're so worried about all these things. Okay, and that's what life is like before your decision. Now all of a sudden you make the decision and you realize that those speed bumps, there's not really as many as you thought. You ever looked out on the road on a hot day, driving down? I was from Florida growing up. You look down that road and you can see kind of the mirage. It's definitely like the desert or the cartoons where they're in the desert. You're looking out and they see this big paradise. Well, you're sitting there and you're on a road in Florida driving down, and it looks like there's water down there. It looks like the water or the road is underwater, and you're like, what the heck is going on? As you drive up there, though, it disappears. You realize it wasn't even real. It's the same thing with your speed bumps in life, your speed bumps on your way to success. You start looking out there, and you're like, there's nothing here. I'm driving, and I hit one, but that was a baby speed bump, and it's not there. Okay, I'm reminded of a story. This gentleman, he's going down, he's flying, he's got his Ferrari, he's flying down the road, he's driving the Midwest. All of a sudden, there's this tumbleweed going across. And the guy he's flying on, he sees the tumbleweed, and he's like, whoa! And he tries to slam on his brakes and swerve around the tumbleweed. As he's swerving, his back end fishtails, and he flips the car. And he gets out miraculously, he's alive. But he's sitting there, and his car is messed up. He's like, well, what the heck? Like, it's broken, it's gone. That was my car. All of a sudden he's sitting there, and he's waiting for somebody to come by to pick him up. And he sees this truck come barreling down the road as well. and he sees this tumbleweed, and he's freaking out. He's like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna hit the, I don't even know what that thing is, but he's gonna hit it. He's gonna hit it. It's gonna break his car. He's gonna wreck just like me. His truck's gonna be gone. We're both gonna be stranded here. All of a sudden, you see this truck go, meow, and the tumbleweed goes right in front of him, and the truck goes right through it, blows right through that thing, and it just into smoke. And the guy sits there and he's like, you gotta be kidding me. I could have ran right into that tumbleweed and it would have just blown up like that. It was nothing. It was a bunch of twigs. You're kidding. And he sits there and he realizes that what he thought was this crazy obstacle, this crazy thing that was going to kill him, ended up being just a figment of his imagination. You know, he could have ran right through that. He could have, if he would have made the decision that he was just going to go through with it. And that's the way it is with your life. As soon as you make the decision to go for your goal, no matter what, you'll make it. Things will get in your way. You'll blow right through them. They'll be the tumbleweeds of your life. They'll be the small speed bumps. You may even hit a mountain every now and then. But I can guarantee you, once you made that decision, a lot of the things that you thought were mountains start to come into perspective, and you realize they're tumbleweeds and they're little baby speed bumps. You know, Ralph Waldo Emerson, he said, once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. That's the same way with your goal. Whatever your goal is, it's there for a purpose. It's there because you're meant to bring that goal into the world. It's there because you are meant to bring that impact to other people. And you've got to make that decision, because as soon as you do, everything starts to work together. I've seen this happen. You know, I was sitting in a room a couple weeks ago, actually in a big conference, and I was thinking, man, you know, my goal of success is a little bit different than what I was thinking. I'm thinking I need to take a different route. I need to find a different way to get there, because where I'm at now, the vehicle I'm taking to hit my level of impact, my level of just my vision. Okay, just so you guys know, my vision is to help people. I wanted to inspire and motivate millions of people. I want people to be able to look back and say, wow, I'm so glad I heard his speech, his video, I'm so glad I read a quote from him, because that turned my life around. I'm so glad I got to talk to him in person, because that turned my life around. That's what my goal is. And I realized that the vehicle I was in at that point did not give me the reach that I wanted. It did not give me anywhere near the reach that I wanted. And that's nothing against the vehicle that I was in, but it wasn't there. And I decided I was going to step out from that vehicle, and I didn't know quite where I was going to go, but I knew this was my goal. I'm going for it no matter what. And I started doing everything that fell into place, because things started it was insane, you know. If you guys have ever watched Indiana Jones, and I forget the specific one. Anyways, that's not important. The important part is he's got to take what's called the leap of faith. And he can't see the bridge. It's invisible. But as soon as he steps off, he realizes that there's something solid underneath him. And that's how it was for me. When I made my decision, when you make your decision, you'll step off and you'll realize that there is solid ground there, that it's holding you up, and that you have a clear path to your success. You just have to be willing to climb whatever small bumps and obstacles, and even the major ones that come up. Because there'll be hardships. With anything that's worth doing, it's going to be hard. If it wasn't hard, then that means everybody would be doing it. Then you'd just be like everybody else. You wouldn't really have this special dream. It wouldn't really be that important that you accomplish it. And I know that there's something that you're supposed to accomplish. I know that you are supposed to go out there and do something special. There's a big goal, there's a big dream and a vision that you have. Whether or not you've unburied it, whether or not you've uncovered it and allowed it to flourish within your heart and your mind, that's a different story. That's something that only you can allow to happen. But I can hope that by listening and by wanting more, that you'll start to let it just start out as a tiny seed. and let it grow into something magnificent. And I can promise you, if you make the decision to go after whatever it is that you feel compelled to do, you'll get it. You will get it. And I promise you that. Guys, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Again, like always, hope you got value. Hope there was something important here for you. You can always shoot me a personal message. You can share this. You can like it. Whatever it is that you want. I love the interaction I've been getting, guys. A lot of you guys have been sharing it. I've gotten some personal messages, things like that. So thank you guys so much for that. If you guys have a topic of success that you felt like, oh, I've always wanted somebody to talk about, let me know. I love learning. I love growing myself. I hope you guys know that when I'm doing these videos, I'm not saying I'm so perfect, I'm so great. You know, I'm probably going to mention this on the beginning of a next video, but I'm not saying I'm awesome, so you have to listen to me. I'm learning and growing right along with you guys. As I'm doing these videos, it's opening my mind to things that I never thought possible. And it's amazing to see the people that I'm also helping along that path as well. So thank you guys again so much. Have a great night. And I will talk to you tomorrow.